Tesla vandals are around and finding out.
Hey, did you just key a Tesla the other day?
What?
You're on video. Yeah. This is the guy. You just keyed a Tesla. You got a video online. I just saw it. It's all over the face. The media.
You know, Tesla?
Yes, you did. You keyed a Tesla in a...
Wearing that jacket, keying Teslas, what a disgrace.
What do you got to say about that?
I didn't do that.
Well, you're on video. I plainly saw you doing it. You pulled up right next to it and then you keyed it. You want to bet?
Whatever.
Okay. Well, they got your license plate. I'm surprised you haven't been contacted by the police yet.
Let them do it.
I mean, what do you have to say? I mean, I saw you do it. I'm just curious. I mean, just because of Elon, you're wearing a USA t-shirt, driving a Korean car. Why would you key an American car? The guy's probably a Democrat that owns it. I think it's a woman. I mean, I'm just curious why you did that. You just don't have anything to say about that? Neither one of you guys do?
Nope.
Okay. You're handicapped too. I mean, this is just kind of ridiculous. Well, good luck to you, sir. Hope you
What a dipshit.
learned a lesson.
In San Jose, police arrested a man accused of keying a Tesla.
Oh my gosh. Okay, he's wearing the exact same jacket, right? This exact same jacket, the same car. The only thing that's different is he's wearing a different t-shirt.
Police posting a screenshot from a viral video of the incident saying personal beliefs and frustrations do not justify illegal actions.
The people vandalizing Teslas, there could be a worse car to vandalize because there's cameras fucking everywhere on that thing.
Everywhere.
360.
Bro, so many people are going to jail
And if you
right
don't
now.
have a Tesla, you don't really know that, like, if you're like within 20 feet of the car, it's recording it.
Yes.
Yeah, Sentry mode. Yeah, 7 cameras.
It's so wild.
Yeah, fully HD cameras. See your face. There's so many guys that gotten busted.
Have you seen that?
Fat liberals. Just,
Have you seen those Tesla mini homes?
they're
Those
never in
smart
shape.
homes?
There was one guy who was rubbing shit. Like, he would, like,
Grab his ass?
Like, grab his
Yeah.
ass cheeks and then, like, just rubbed it all
It's
over
such
with the door.
beta.
You're welcome. I didn't show that clip. It's disgusting.
Protests like you see here at the Waikiki Tesla dealership started weeks ago. Their message is clear. They do not support Elon Musk or the Department of Government Efficiency.
Okay, this is a protest. Go hold up some signs. Who cares? When you key a Tesla, when you blow up a Tesla, when you cover it in paint, that is arson, that is vandalism. You'll know that a media outlet is left-leaning if they call a felony arson a Tesla protest.
But across the U.S., protests against the electric car manufacturer are shifting up a gear.
Oh my gosh, a Tesla Cybertruck
That's not a protest. That's a crime.
is on fire.
Video from Las Vegas
Am I the asshole here?
this Tuesday shows Teslas on fire at a dealership and a one-word message on the door, resist. In Kansas City, police say 2 Tesla Cybertrucks were set on fire. Earlier this month, shots were fired at a Tesla dealership in Oregon. Cybertrucks were set on fire in Seattle, and Teslas were spray painted in Massachusetts. Here in
Charlie Kirk said it best. Only Donald Trump could make the left hate electric vehicles.
Hawaii, a Tesla recorded video shows a woman riding on a Tesla in a Kailua parking lot.
Don't blur the face. Don't blur the face. We deserve to know. These people need to be exposed.
An explicit message for the CEO, Elon Musk. The same car on the same day recorded this interaction.
Nice.
Island News is not showing the faces of those involved, as Honolulu Police Department said no criminal reports have been filed. President Trump with a message on
They're literally on camera doing it.
these types of actions.
You do it to Tesla and you do it to any company, we're going to catch you and you're going to go through hell.
You shoot at, blow up, and vandalize any car, you should be going to jail.
Elon Musk wrote on X, "This level of violence is insane and deeply wrong. Tesla just makes electric cars and has done nothing to deserve these evil attacks." Meanwhile, FBI is trying to figure out if attacks on the U.S. mainland are linked or being carried out individually. It comes as Tesla's stock price has been dropping for close to 9 weeks.
Back up 8% as of recording.
Justice Department charging 3 people on suspicion of violently destroying Elon Musk's Tesla properties. That includes a transgender activist named Adam Lansky, who prosecutors say carried an AR-15 while throwing bottle bombs at an Oregon Tesla dealership on January 20th. In Colorado, a man who uses the name Lucy Grace Nelson was charged.
Here's Lucy.
Charged with malicious destruction of property after Tesla cars were lit on fire at a Loveland dealership. And then you have South Carolina. A man there named Daniel Clark Pounder faces arson and vandalism charges after a Tesla charging station was set on fire. Attorney General Pam Bondi saying this right here.
I think the common theme between the three of them is severe mental illness.
The days of committing crimes without consequences have ended. Let this be a warning. If you join this wave of domestic terrorism against Tesla properties, the Department of Justice will put you behind bars. Now, with dozens of Tesla attacks happening across the country, the FBI is now investigating as possible acts of domestic terrorism, and more unrest could be on the way. Activists who say they are part of this Tesla takedown movement are planning around 500 demonstrations nationwide on a day they're calling a day of action.
March 29th. And you're telling me this is not a coordinated attack? These are just isolated incidents? No. This is coordinated. It seems like the Cybertruck is the most targeted. I wonder if it's because it's big and shiny. So I actually tried to rent a Cybertruck on Turo so I could just drive around and get on camera people's reaction to it, maybe put American flag on the back. But there are no Cybertrucks available on Turo anymore. I cannot find one that's available. Even though I live in Utah, which is a red state, I think there's still a lot of fear around driving around your Cybertruck or especially renting it out.
This video showing cars on fire early this morning. Police say 5 were set on fire or damaged, and the word resist was spray painted on the front of the business.
We believe the suspect approached the business wearing all black clothing, and he used what appear to be Molotov cocktails.
Don't misgender them. I bet it was a she, her.
And a firearm to conduct his attack.
Just hours before in Kansas City, 2 Tesla Cybertrucks set ablaze at a dealership there. The FBI has now stepped in to help local police investigate both incidents and search for the suspects.
To those who might think that something like this is justifiable or potentially even admirable, we want to let you know it's a federal crime. We will come after you.
Investigators say the motives for both attacks are still unknown, but they come as people nationwide protest Tesla CEO Elon Musk and his prominent
Ford made that gay Raptor, the gay pride Raptor, and a lot of Republicans, a lot of conservatives just said, hey, we're not going to buy a Ford in the future. When the lefties disagree with something, they blow things up. They start fires. It's just their MO at this point. Let's talk to some of these victims, some of these Tesla owners.
The anger is being misguided towards people's vehicles and hate the dude, but don't hate the car.
Frustration for a North County Tesla owner after cameras caught a man vandalizing 2 of his vehicles.
Why is he going after the Toyota?
Outside his Vista home. As ABC 10 News reporter Michael Chen found out, amid a string of vandalisms nationwide on Teslas, the incident has left him rethinking owning his Tesla.
He grabbed it and he went like this. And he shoved it.
A few weeks ago on a Tuesday morning, Tano Simonian did a double take when he walked up to his Tesla Model 3 parked in his driveway off Civic Center Drive.
He ended up just cracking it and attempting to lift it.
Surveillance video shows who he was. Just past 6:30 in the morning, a man...
Yeah, these dipshits, they don't realize, A, there's cameras around people's residences now, and B, there are cameras in the Teslas themselves. It has this thing called Sentry Mode where it can activate when it detects motion around the vehicle. You're getting caught in 4K.
And casually walks onto the driveway towards Simonian's Toyota Tundra. Before breaking off his side view mirror and heading
you're not walking off that driveway, my guy.
Toward the Tesla, out of frame. You could hear him abusing the side view mirror before walking away, a piece of the mirror in his hand.
Turns out the entire mirror had to be replaced along with this mount. The total cost, about $700.
While the vandal's motive is unknown.
They always say the motive is unknown. They're liberal dipshits. I mean, that's about all you need to know.
A comment of support by Texas Representative Jasmine Crockett for the takedown of Elon Musk drew a quick rebuke by Attorney General Pam Bondi.
She is an elected public official, and so she needs to tread very carefully.
But this is how the left justifies it. This is an admirable action. This is fighting against evil, tyranny, fascist dictatorship.
that we are living in the time of good versus evil, right versus wrong. And right now, when we are looking at the black letter of the law and they are deciding, I'm just going to ignore it, then they are wrong.
While the Tesla takedown movement is said to be peaceful, there have been many recent incidents of what the Trump administration is
mostly peaceful, right?
calling domestic terrorism.
Yeah.
At least 3 people face federal charges for alleged arson attacks. The FBI alert calls for the public to be on the lookout and report all cases of arson, gunfire, and vandalism.
Now, all 3 of these suspects, I believe, are facing up to, or even more than 20 years in prison.
Major violence seems to be waning since the new federal focus. Though the weekend saw at least 2 arrests. In Palm Beach, a man allegedly drove his car into a crowd of protesters. And in Berkeley, police arrested a man with a stun gun. No injuries in either incident, Nicole.
All right, so Nancy, what more do we know about this global day of action, which is planned for this coming weekend?
It's going to be sizable, Nicole. This event, being organized through the Action Network, is set to target 500 Tesla locations around the world on Saturday. And those behind Tesla takedown stress it is a peaceful protest movement which opposes violence, vandalism, and destruction of property. According to the Action Network, the event...
You want to hear an oxymoron? It's the left and peaceful protest, because they just don't go together anymore. Maybe at one point they did, when they were the hippie flower childs putting daisies into rifles, but not anymore.
Event sponsors include 2 groups called the Troublemakers and Disruption Project.
This peaceful protest is arranged by groups called the Troublemakers and the Disruption Project.
After these dealerships, there should be real consequences because that's a crime. That is wrong. And it sure looks like domestic terrorism to me as well. And I think the country appreciates that. I think the bigger takeaway for the American people is just how crazy the Democrats have become.
Yeah.
I mean, I think this is really now a divide between crazy on the Democrat side, the left that controls their party, and common sense, as President Trump always says about Republicans. We're the party of common sense. And you can just go down the list. It's crazy to firebomb Teslas. It's crazy not to have a border. It's crazy to defund the police. It's crazy to say men should compete against women in sports. And of course, that judge's decision, it's crazy to tell the president, the commander-in-chief, turn the plane around, bring the violent gang members from Venezuela who've done terrible things to children and families and Americans who are here illegally, turn that plane around and bring him back. That makes no sense. And so the country sees it all for what it is. And I think the Attorney General is exactly right. You do some criminal activity, you're going to pay the cost, because that's how it works in this in our great system.
For those who are thinking they're swaying the public opinion and doing something good, how is there ever going to be another Democrat voted into office when this is the insanity that you're putting out there? This is a bad look for you, Democrats. This is a bad look.
If you are looking at what is happening with Elon Musk and Tesla right now, I cannot think of a single better way to guarantee that people do not regret voting for Trump. Because when you are looking at what is coming from the Democratic Party, voters see chaos, they see rage, and they see violence. This is not a party interested in winning people back, if that is the tactic.
Just look at the vandalism to this $100,000 Tesla Cybertruck.
You know, I've always said the Cybertruck looks like a rolling stainless steel dumpster. It used to be fun to make fun of the Cybertruck until lefties started doing it too.
Dozens of Cybertrucks at a parking lot in Fort Lauderdale were spray painted with a vulgar term directed at Tesla owner Elon Musk. Some vandals recorded themselves in the act. Across the USA, owners of the distinctive-looking vehicles say they're being targeted by strangers. Cybertruck owners are being flipped off in traffic.
That's probably happened about 3 times in the last 2 weeks.
They also wrote a nasty message. It's gotten so bad, Emler Morales won't take his purple Cybertruck certain places.
Mine is purple, so it grabs a lot of attention. And so I think twice about places I need to go to and make sure that I really need to go.
Dr. Kumate Jaroj got nasty calls when Cybertruck haters found out he was a doctor.
I hope you yourself. Please do the world a favor.
He told me to.
This is the party of love and acceptance. You have to accept when they're transgender. You have to accept men in women's sports. But you can't drive a Tesla!
Angry protesters stormed a Tesla dealership in New York City. And look, this Tesla driver flips the bird at them. There are also lots of videos online of people reacting to Cybertrucks.
Oh, this is ridiculous!
I was curious what kind of reaction I would get driving a Tesla Cybertruck around New York City, so we rented one to find out, and it didn't take long. We had one guy boo at us, another guy cheered, one lady stuck her tongue out, and then somebody just gave us a thumbs up. So the reaction was kind of mixed. So do these Cybertruck owners have buyer's remorse?
Absolutely not. I'm in love with the Cybertruck.
I want to take up the fight. You know, I'm going to keep the truck.
Hell yeah.
We think it's despicable what is happening to not just this American company, but also their innocent employees. And again, innocent Americans who drive these vehicles. We condemn it wholeheartedly.
Website DogeQuest is doxing alleged Tesla owners all over Los Angeles, Orange, and San Bernardino counties. Creators claim they will delete people's information once they prove they've sold their Tesla. Attorney General Pam Bondi called Tesla vandalism domestic terrorism. Retired FBI agent Ken Gray agrees.
Individuals who are owning Teslas through this DogeQuest may find their property being destroyed or at least damaged by people that for political purposes. So this really is domestic terrorism.
Former vice presidential candidate and Minnesota Governor Tim Walz is taking some heat over this reaction to the American car company's stock dropping.
They've got that little stock app. I added Tesla to it to give me a little boost during the day.
An asshole.
225 and dropping.
New information tonight out of Loveland. A second arrest now made after recent vandalism at a Tesla dealership.
What a soy boy.
Police say Cooper Frederick lit something that started a fire outside the dealership on Lincoln Avenue last week. He faces charges including arson and criminal mischief. We've already told you about the arrest of another woman.
It's Lucy!
Woman for cases of vandalism at the same dealership in February.
Did they just call him a woman?
Arrest of another woman for cases of
Oh, shut up! Oh, okay, this is CBS Colorado. Makes sense.
Vandalism at the same dealership in February. In total, the dealership has been targeted 5 times since late January.
You know what would be a great bumper sticker to put on a Tesla? Is my Tesla identifies as a Honda Civic. You can't argue against it. Use their own logic against them.
I really think it's just a message of ignorance and being uneducated.
This victim wanted to remain anonymous, but his Cybertruck is one of 6 that were vandalized with swastikas and anti-Elon Musk phrases while it was being serviced at the Linwood Tesla dealership.
If you're doing this to people that work 9 to 5, that make a living, you are doing this to people that have already purchased the vehicle from Elon. He already has our money. Why would you purposely do this to people that work hard?
Linwood police are working with Tesla to get any video of possible suspects. This all comes as Seattle police and the ATF are still investigating what caused a fire that destroyed 4 Tesla Cybertrucks being
I don't know what could have started that.
stored at a secure lot in Soto Sunday night.
As things stand right now, any possible connection to what happened in Seattle this week?
It's too early to tell, really.
Oh, shut up.
Cut off and berated, and it was all captured on camera. And the woman that was driving said the man that did all this was angry because she was driving a Tesla. As Fox 13's Alejandro Guzman explains,
dipshit.
That woman was just trying to get to a doctor's appointment. She has the latest from South Lake Union outside of the Tesla showroom.
This encounter has left this mother pretty shaken up. She's just grateful that things didn't escalate physically. At the same time, though, she's afraid to drive her car anywhere as we're seeing a growing number of incidents.
This man brake checks a mother driving a Tesla to berate her about her decision on what vehicle she bought. This is a great case for why you should carry, why all your wives, sisters, mothers should carry a firearm.
Targeting Tesla owners, not just here locally, but nationwide.
I was thankfully by myself. Lee was on the way to a doctor's appointment in Linwood Wednesday morning when she says all of a sudden a driver behind her just...
Of course it's a Subaru.
...laid on the horn as they came up to a red light. Things spiraled out of control when a white SUV followed her.
That's a Subaru, right?
And cut her off, stopping in the middle of the road.
Gets out and walks straight up to my window. So I cracked my window and I said, what?
You don't crack your window for a dude that cuts you off in traffic and comes up to you with a mask up.
What is the problem? He goes, you need to sell your car. This is a Nazi car. You're driving it. You need to sell your car.
Lee says she's been driving a Tesla for the last 2 years. She says a man wearing a camouflage jacket and a ski mask attacked her for it.
It's really sad, that this is what's happening to people who honestly, it doesn't affect how I believe or what I believe. Just the car I drive. Being in Seattle, it was climate's important, our footprint's important. This seemed like the right move for our very busy family.
This, however, isn't the first incident or act of vandalism reported. We've seen attack after attack after attack. Teslas set ablaze at the Las Vegas Service Center earlier this week, with the culprit leaving behind the word resist.
2 young environmental activists filmed themselves as they spray paint the Tesla dealership.
Let's break this down. 2 environmental activists are vandalizing an electric vehicle dealership. Make it make sense.
An act of vandalism in broad daylight.
They took this action to take a stand against the billionaire class. Elon Musk, who is the owner of...
Wait, I thought they're environmental activists. Now they're anti-Elon?
Tesla is currently taking control of the United States democracy and is dismantling it by defunding all environmental protections.
It's the latest in a spate of crimes targeting everything Tesla, as founder Elon Musk's influence grows in the White House. Vehicles and charging stations have been defaced or damaged, and showrooms the site of Tesla takedown protests in recent weeks. Musk says he is shocked by what he calls hatred and violence from the left.
Tesla is a peaceful company. We've never done anything harmful. I've never done anything harmful. I've only done productive things. So I think we just have a deranged... there's some kind of mental illness thing going on here, because this doesn't make any sense.
But Musk has seen the haphazard slashing of the U.S. federal workforce. Some believe the backlash against the electric car maker is just the beginning of a larger movement against Donald Trump.
It's kind of the low-hanging fruit in a mass protest that is going to ramp up against, this kind of whole administration.
The FBI is warning the public to be on high alert near Tesla dealerships as violent attacks on the company's vehicles and properties ramp up. The warning comes after multiple facilities were targeted in recent months, with individuals setting fire to charging stations, vehicles, and vandalizing Tesla showrooms. The FBI says the public should exercise vigilance and to look out for suspicious activity, calling on citizens to report any violence to authorities immediately.
Should I go rent a Tesla this Saturday and go visit some of these dealerships? I don't know if I want to get into the fray on this. Maybe just to document what's going on. I mean, I'm in a red state, but, it might be an interesting video to make.
With organizers saying this is a peaceful protest movement.
The organizers, the troublemakers.
Instead, encouraging people to sell their Teslas, dump their stock, and...
How do they encourage people to sell their Teslas? They dox them, they harass them while they're driving, they vandalize or even blow up their cars. That's not encouragement. This is still happening with new attacks daily.
Police are investigating after close to 80 Tesla vehicles were vandalized in Hamilton. This happened overnight on Tuesday at a dealership at Lime Ridge Mall on Upper Wentworth Street. The vehicles were parked outside. The damage includes scratches to fenders and hoods and punctured tires. The crime comes amid an emerging anti-Tesla sentiment spawned amid the trade war with the United States and Tesla CEO Elon Musk's role in President Trump's government overhaul.
I think everybody understands the climate in the world right now. There's nothing to suggest that this is motivated by that at this moment. It's under investigation.
80 Teslas are vandalized.
What's your reaction to this latest round of attacks on Tesla cars?
Well, I think it's criminal, and the people need to be prosecuted for that.
I don't see scratching cars or setting them on fire is a way to
achieve your ends?
I've read a little bit about that, and I think it's ridiculous because they're supposed to be saving the environment. You're going to burn those cars, and the batteries are toxic when the fumes get up. So you're kind of like shooting yourself in the foot.
Right. There's protesters in San Francisco who said, he's like, yeah, I have a Tesla. He's like, but I get free charges. He's like, why would I give up my car with free charges just because I don't agree with the man who created it?
Things have gotten out of hand, right? You can have differences of opinions, but now you're bordering on. We've heard the domestic terrorism label been thrown around, but that's kind of where we're getting to, and it's fallen a long way.
Some Tesla owners say they're being targeted as the public turns on company CEO and government hatchet man Elon Musk.
I'm getting like Nazi salutes from Subarus and
government hatchet man. You can tell this is CNN
stuff. I had guys going like this out of windows and middle fingers. It's crazy.
Stephen Minnick, who's owned his Cybertruck since last April, caught this on camera.
People came up.
CNN is showing the tamest vandalization of Teslas you'll ever see. They're riding in the dirt.
And used their finger and drew male phalluses all over. And some rather pornographic words.
They have this happy music going. Oh, they wrote penises on my truck.
I guess. I actually had to look up a couple because I didn't know what they meant.
Some owners who no longer want to be associated with Musk are selling their Teslas.
You can see CNN is promoting getting rid of your Tesla. They're pro-anti Elon Musk.
It was entirely because of the way he was behaving in public, and
they're celebrating. They're like, look, this hero sold her Tesla. You should too.
The extremism that he was portraying.
Jennifer Vargas purchased hers in August of last year. She got rid of it 6 months later.
Oh, standing applause. Who gives a shit?
And I love the car. I like everything about it, but it was just his name being attached to it that became the issue.
I felt liberated getting rid of it. I think many of us feel that we are voiceless.
This reads like an infomercial. I'm glad I tried ShamWow. It worked for me.
Powerless, unable to really make an impact on what's going on in the country right now, and getting rid of my car was a pretty easy thing to do.
David Nathan dumped his Tesla before President Trump's inauguration. This month, he joined a protest outside a showroom in Boston.
These are the real heroes, everybody.
I was not expecting that I'd be protesting what car I drove, or the person who made the car.
Tesla shares have tumbled more than 30% since Trump took office and Musk began wielding power. Investors worry Musk is damaging the Tesla brand.
It's been a disaster so far this year. After a historic run post-Trump winning presidency, and this has been, I think, a white-knuckle moment for Tesla shareholders.
But does this signal long-term problems for the company?
When you're selling mass market,
it's already bouncing back if you look at the markets recently.
Politics is never good. Musk knows that, but he's not someone that's going to back away because of it.
Hell yeah.
I mean, the bet for the ages continues to be Trump. Having a front row seat at the White House, what that means for autonomous and the broader vision, I think that's a huge part of the value of Tesla going forward.
Tesla owner Stephen Minnick says he has no plans to part ways with his Cybertruck, despite the likelihood of continuing attacks.
That is not an attack. They're drawing penises in your dirty Cybertruck. CNN is just garbage news media. They're even vandalizing the Tesla robots. Watch as it like activates and like bitch slaps them. Oh, love it. Wow, you guys are heroes. People are getting caught. They're being arrested. They're going to face some serious jail time. This is a bad idea, and this is a bad look for the Democratic Party. What do you think? Does this make you more inclined to want to go and buy a Tesla? What do you think is going to happen this Saturday on the day of action? Drop a comment down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe to Conservative Vibes. I'm CV, and I'll see you in the next video.